let's see if we pop up here. Back on YouTube today. So we're going to make sure this works before we get into anything too deep. All right, looks like we're live. Looks like we're good to go. So our YouTube's back. So hopefully people on Twitch. I don't think this show is on Twitch, but the other NFL shows are. So they're streaming through. Anyways, it's complicated. But this show will not be on Twitch, but the other shows will be as well. We still have the Twitch week going on. Yeah, we're no longer banned. I don't know what that was all about, but we were kind of out in the cold with that. Like, we didn't know why we got banned. We don't know really. Well, I don't know why we got reinstated, but glad to be back here. Boy, last night was. If you had the late night hammer, you were probably sitting pretty good. And my winnings were way different than when I woke up than what they were when I went to bed. And it was in a good way. It was in a good way. So turned out okay for me. Hopefully you guys benefited from Vancouver too. And Minnesota. I mean, I'm wearing my Minnesota jersey today. It's Granlund. So not that he had anything to do with anybody who made money last night, but yeah, so it is fitting that I'm wearing this. 8 goals in Arizona. Like, we think Arizona's a pretty good team. Just got Hall. I don't exactly know what happened. Like I said, I was asleep for the last couple hours of the slate. Figured it was going to be one of those nights where I just got wrecked and move on to today, but whatever. Ended up working out for me. So again, hopefully you guys benefited as well. We'll take a look at some of these top lineups. We are presented by Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. Played over some on Yahoo last night. Didn't have anything great going on, but I know a bunch of our subs in chat, and Nolan and I have been enjoying playing over on Yahoo for NHL. So you see this 11.3% management fee right there. That's a lot lower than what you're going to pay over on DraftKings and FanDuel. About 2/3 of what you're going to pay, maybe a little bit more than 2/3. But you get the idea. You're just going to be helping your long-term ROI. So grind these contests. If you're not signed up on Yahoo, promo code AWESEMO is how you get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. But yeah, keep filling these tournaments. I think hopefully Yahoo's going to take some more chances with NHL, and we can get these built up to closer where the NBA and NFL contests are going. Tomorrow, Yahoo does have some NFL contests. I'm going to take another look at these tonight, and then we'll see what I end up entering. I don't know how much NFL I'm going to be playing tomorrow. These are the actual contests. Okay, here we go. For the 3-gamer, so I'm pretty pumped. I'm going to play the 3-gamer. We'll see. Probably will donate some money to all of you guys. Where's Boom? That's a good question. I don't know. Boom was on Twitch. I haven't seen Boom in chat, but I'm sure he's lurking around here. Anyways, play over on Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. They've got a pretty good product, and NHL's a little bit different over there with the plus minus. I think it makes stacking a little bit more viable, especially stacking with your goalies. Maximum correlation is what I'm going for when I'm building over there. Not a big difference, and we're working on providing projections and implementing plus minus. We actually just talked about that yesterday, so hopefully we can get some Yahoo projections up on the site. I've been using the DraftKings and FanDuel ones, and that's been going okay for me. So if you guys want to do that, you want to try it out, use Cruncher. You can CSV edit now, which is a pretty cool feature. So go figure that out over on Yahoo if you want to make multiple lineups. NHL projections, free today. If you want to try these out, here's your chance. It's a 4-game slate. This is pretty good. So why not give these a test out? I just updated these about 31 minutes ago. And this is Alex's model. This is where the totals are derived from on the osmo.com. NHL lineup builder, so you can use that with these and see a little bit behind the paywall, because I think we've got some pretty good tools. I have an extra O in Samsonov, so I'll fix that. I'm surprised no one's told me that, but I'll fix that after the show. Just make sure you go in there and put his projection in there. Noticing errors on screen. Anyways, NBA projections also free today. I think they got a pretty sizable slate. It's Friday, so that's an NBA day for a lot of people, and still an NHL day for me. But if you want to play some NBA, maybe you're thinking about playing over on Yahoo, I think that's a pretty good idea. Use these projections. We have Yahoo specific projections for NBA, so plug those in, see what it spits out. 10 gamer for NBA, nice. Yeah, NBA does a pretty good job of balancing out the schedule. I don't see a lot of 2 and 3 gamers over there. It's usually 4 plus. So kind of jealous of that. Ben Raz's Spotlight article. This is usually premium, and it will be premium by tomorrow morning. Check that out if you haven't. Ben just banked a couple 100,000 the other week, and he's nice enough to write up this article for the premium subscribers, so you can kind of see his favorite game to target, his favorite game to avoid. And this is an article that I almost always read before I'm making my NFL lineups, and helps me make some at least competitive lineups and see which game stacks I should probably be targeting and maybe which game stacks I should be avoiding. Went through Yahoo. Let's go through lineup study. It's a short slate today, so if anybody's got questions, you want me to review a tournament, or you did well, don't be afraid to brag a little bit. It's always nice to get a win and show people that you can do it. Let's quick look while you guys are in chat typing up what you want me to see. Let's quick look at the $33. I don't know what's going on here with my mouse. Let me click away from this, see if that helps a little bit. All right. Profit column. All right. Oops. Let's sort by place, but that's basically going to be the same thing in the top heavy tournament. Jumbo Latte 1993 took it down, using up all 50K of the salary. Just 2 lineups, and the one seemed to do pretty well. Elias Pettersson, JT Miller, 2-man. Duchesne Forsberg, 2-man. Parise Stahl, 2-man. Suter with Parise and Stahl. Yossi with Duchesne and Forsberg. So just a 3-3-2. And then Leonard and net, really high upside play. Awesome lineup. Really, really, really good lineup, I think. Really nothing to poke holes in. I thought all these guys were in good spots, but he just used 3 stacks instead of 2. And, I don't do that a lot on big slates, but you can see it's massive, and you don't have to worry about ownership when you build like this on bigger slates. So, Parise Stahl was a little bit off the board, but if you hit on that off the board stack like he did, they combined for over 50 points. Plus Suter, guy who was on the top power play with them. I mean, just a really, really good lineup, and banked 20K for Jumbo Latte 1993. Minnesota came out of nowhere to me. Yeah, so I ended up, I can't remember. I think either I saw the lines right before the show yesterday or right as I was on the show. I think we updated them, and I missed that maybe before the show or something. But yeah, it made it so there's really only one Minnesota line that you wanted to play. So if you were on them, it was a good chance that you were on the top line: Zuccarello, Parise, and Stahl. So that at least made it a little bit easier if you did play them. Alex, let's look at testosterone quick, see what testosterone's best lineup was. I'm assuming 3-3s all around: Pettersson, Besser, Miller, Stahl, Zuccarello, Parise, the GOAT, Roman Yossi. Neil Pionk, need a little bit more out of him. Correlated goalie from testosterone. It's never flashy with testosterone, but got it done to the tune of second place. Looks like had quite a few Minnesota 1 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I'm seeing. Maybe that was it, but that was over the field, right? If you were at 3% out of a 2% on stack, I guess you're over the field. Let's look at Alex. What was he running last night? He ran all 106 in this $33. I only ran 20. Strome, Tays, Kane. So a 3-man Chicago power play 1 stack, it appears. I wonder what he does in FC. I wonder if it is a three-man Chicago power play stack, or if it was a 3-2-1 with he just ended up with Tays as his one-off guy. Maybe we could find that out by looking at the rest of his lineups. But awesome lineup here by Alex. I've noticed he hasn't been correlating a lot of his goalies. Korpisalo ended up getting the win. And then Ekman Larsson, 19 points. Was hard not to get points in that game, unless you're Matt Dumba, apparently. Like, this guy, I don't know if he's just running bad or what, but, man, 4.3 points. That's a killer. If he plays Suter in this spot, and yeah, it's a different salary, so maybe he doesn't have Ekman Larsson then, but, yeah, just weird. Dumba's just having a really weird season, especially with the Wild starting to play. Like, they're playing as well as anyone right now, and he's just not contributing seemingly at all. Yeah, Wild Yotes game killed the entire slate. Yeah, if you game stack that game, whew, you're sitting on a pile of cash tonight. Let's look at the rest of Alex's lineups. 3-3 here. Okay, so maybe 3-3 here. I would have to go through a bunch of these, but like maybe he ran a set of well, here we go. Peugeot, Kachuk, Brown, Deneau, Gallagher, and then Lehkonen. Was Lehkonen listed on the top power or the same power play as Gallagher and Deneau? I think he might have been. So maybe he's going like in FC stack, like he's going line 1, line 2 plus PP stack, any PP unit on one side of the stack. If he's using the team stacks function, I guess I don't know how he builds, but seemed to do okay last night. He got third place. Brick, La Mouche or LA Mouche was up there. A bunch of familiar names. Put in 20. I kind of lucked out with one of these. My best lineup was Stahl, Zuccarello, Parisi, Ottawa 1, Yossi, Shabbat. Got bailed out there with the Shabbat assist at the end. Dubnyk let up 5 goals, but still mustered up 16 DK points. You can live with that when your 2% stack goes completely nuclear. So, yeah, Ottawa got it done. Yeah, we needed a little bit more, right? But they were certainly usable. They weren't the reason you had a bad night, if you did. At least I don't think so. Draft charts I saw was up there for a while, kind of dominating the leaderboard, and then got pushed out by the late night hammer. So let's look at the $5 real quick, and then we'll move on. I somehow tied for second in the $5. The Haba took down first. I recognize the username, but I don't know from where. Anyway, Strome, Nylander, Kane, Chicago 2, Minnesota 1, full stacks, 3-3. Uncorrelated goalies and defensemen, nothing wrong with that. Yossi, Weber, 2 of the top plays on the slate. Although I wasn't crazy about Weber, but 16.2 didn't hurt. And then Reimer in Colorado, 2.1% owned goalie, and he was cheap. Nice. One entry in the 33 and finished 9th. Stevenson was my low. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it seems like unless you bink something, like you always have someone that doesn't perform well. Oh, this lineup was duplicated. How many dupes did I have last night? Probably more than I should. Yeah, this is way more duplicates than I would have liked, but I had so much Yossi. So I guess that was going to funnel me into some duplicates. I got to work on that. Yeah. Top lineup was Vancouver, second line, quote unquote, with Minnesota 1, Suter, Dubnik. So you're 5-3-1 here with Yossi. Nothing really flashy there, but yeah, got there with basically one lineup at the end. That works out that way in MME sometimes. So it's a blessing and a curse, I suppose, because oftentimes you'll have like a bunch of lineups that cash. Maybe you cash 50% of your lineups and you don't profit, or 40% of your lineups and don't profit, and that's the worst. Like here, Ryan Clifford right here. He cashed 61 lineups and didn't make money. Like that's the ultimate tilt right there. Like, you played well, you just couldn't get one to break free. His best was 30th. Like, that's the worst feeling. Whereas, I guess I cashed 53. I didn't do that bad, but like, there'll be guys up here that cash like 10 lineups out of 150, but one finishes in the top 3, and yeah, that's what happens. You turned 100 into $1,000 bankroll in the last 4 nights. Jeez. So exponentially, what you 10x that. So what, you 10x that another 4 days, 10x that another 4 days. Now you're at what, 100K within the next 8 nights, right? That's how it works. But no, that's really awesome. Congrats. Don't spend it all in one place. Sometimes I get reckless like that. I have a nice win here, and now all of a sudden I think I'm an NFL expert and I up my stakes or something like that. But maybe you up your NHL stakes, but don't become an expert on other sports overnight. Yeah, stay with what you've been doing. Profit's profit. Okay. Shall we go over this 4-game slate? Oh, since we are back on YouTube, I should probably ask if you guys could hit the like button. That would be fantastic. That helps us out. You guys know the spiel. Helps us continue to do this for free, and that's how we would prefer it, rather than go behind the paywall. So your likes do help us. Helps us with YouTube's algorithm, as long as we're not banned. But yeah, thanks as always for watching. Oh, by the way, tomorrow's show probably will be a little bit earlier. Bad plan on my part, but I'm gonna try to get a show probably right as NFL locks. I think is the plan, the tentative plan right now. Maybe a few minutes after that, for anybody that wants to watch it. I know a lot of people actually probably prefer it being out earlier, because then you can watch it. You can watch it afterwards, and most of it. Saturday shows are mostly about, okay, what news are we anticipating at 6:30 Eastern, anyways, because there's not a lot of morning skates. A lot of teams are on back-to-backs, so it'll more just be like informational rather than here's what I think my exposures are going to be, anyways. Yeah, they banned the channel for a few days. We were supposed to have a 7-day ban a couple days ago, and obviously we're back within a couple days, so they unbanned us. I don't know much about it, but I just know what I'm told to do, and today I was told to stream on YouTube. Stars, Panthers, 2.7 implied total for Dallas, 2.9 for the Panthers. Ben Bishop expected to go against Sergei Bobrovsky. Khudobin went last night. Dallas ran incredibly hot to win that game yesterday in OT. We still got messed up Florida lines. Well, I guess, maybe these stick for a while, but they're messed up to me right now. Splitting up all their best forwards, it seems like. Barkov, Vetrano, and Connolly on the top line. Trocheck, Huberdeau, Achari, the hat-trick man himself, Noel Achari, on that second line, and then Boyle, Hoffman, and Dadonov on this third line, although Hoffman and Dadonov doesn't really scream third line. So I want to do a quick search. I remember reading something about Boyle earlier today, and I just want to make sure. Yeah, game time decision. Okay, so no more news. He's going to be a game time decision, which kind of stinks if you're looking to play Florida 3, because if you're looking to play them and you're using up your 50K salary, like there are some expensive lines to pay up for. But if you are using them, that gets dicey to try to swap out a $2,500 player, $2,500 center. And so you'll know by time lock hits, so you can always recrunch or swap your lineup by hand if you don't use Cruncher. But yeah, just be aware of that. You're gonna have to blow things up if he ends up being out, and I guess if it's Mulligan up there like it was last game, that's not the end of the world. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be someone that was like 3,600, but maybe you can just ignore me. Maybe it's just Mulligan that's gonna be able to be popped in there for the same price, at least on DraftKings. Let's look at the difference over on FanDuel. 35 for Boyle, 31 for Mulligan. So yeah, actually maybe not as big of an issue as I thought. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. For matchups here, probably going to see, I think we see some Barkov, Vetrano, Connolly against Sagan, Bennett, Radulov, Trocheck, Huberdeau, Achari. Probably see some time against Dallas 1 as well. It's like, it doesn't matter to me that much who goes up against who, but with these spread out, no, it wasn't any. The reason we got banned was because of a video a year plus ago, and we watched it and there was nothing on it, like there was nothing bad that was said. So it had to do with something with the links we were posting in the description or something. So whatever, we're going to. Maybe you guys aren't even talking about that, but yeah. For anybody asking why we got banned, I don't know, but we're back. If I'm going to just one line here for Florida, I want to say it's going to be the Trocheck line, just because I like the Trocheck Huberdeau combo. The problem with them though is there's no power play correlation between those three guys, and so you're kind of out of luck. I mean, do you want to play Ekblad? I mean, sure, you can play Ekblad for 4,600, or Yandel. Not super appealing. With the third line, at least you have Dadonov and Hoffman on the top power play. I don't think that line is going to be great, and it's not like Dallas gives up a ton of chances anyways. In general, last night Dallas 1 got stomped. They had one shot attempt compared to 16 against. That is obviously incredibly bad. They ended up winning the game. Sagan and Radulov both had 2-point nights, so it didn't hurt them if you played them. But yeah, I mean, if they're gonna be I don't think they're gonna be super popular tonight, but they're probably gonna be close to double digits just because of the decent price, and Florida's not the worst matchup in the world. I'm not crazy about Dallas 1 tonight, so enjoy Dallas 1 night. Enjoy. If I'm off of them, I'm usually wrong about them, and yeah, so I'm comfortable being wrong in them tonight. Like, there's multiple lines in their price range within like 1,000 either way of them that I prefer greatly. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me look quick where Dallas is. They're at 19K. That is the most expensive line of the night. You've got Pitt 1, Toronto 1, Washington 1. I mean, everyone's cheaper than them, right? But like, even by $1,000, $2,000, like, I still think you can argue that there's way better lines. So they're more of a spend up to be contrarian spot. I suppose if you wanted to think about it this way, if they're going to be a 2.5 times, or Pitt 1's going to be 2.5 times more owned than them. Maybe they're under owned, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pitt 1 is not more expensive than them. They should be, but they're not. So right now for Dallas exposure, Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm about half the field. I'm okay with that. I plan on playing 100 lineups tonight. Might play more, but so they're not going to be a 0 for me. But I think if they go off, I'm more than likely not having a great night, because they would have to beat pretty much everyone. I'm also trying to decide if I'm doing 3-3s or 3-2-1s or a mixture of both. Boyle, Hoffman, Huberdeau, actually my second highest owned stack right now. Well, all the Florida lines are pretty close for me, to be honest. Like, they're all around 10%, which is a cop-out, but they're just so balanced. I can't... Matchups are hard to... like I said, I think it's going to be Barkov and the Trocheck line, seeing some of Sagan, Ben, and Radulov. I don't think any matchup is that much better than the other. And so, hard for me to make a major stand on Florida. It's also a 2.9 applied total. So I'm not really loving the spot. Anyways, I can't find anything I completely love. So, hoping this one stays at least somewhat quiet. Klingberg back in the top power play. Heiskanen on PP2. $5,200 Heiskanen. I thought I would get to some of, but he's dropped down for me a little bit. So sad, not on the top power play anymore. But Klingberg is at 4,900. He's the guy you go to if you're playing Dallas 1, which seems pretty obvious. Florida 1 power play stack, sure, you can do that. Dallas does take a lot of penalties. There's a bunch of teams that take a lot of penalties tonight. The Rangers, Capitals are taking a bunch. I think the Devils are up there as well. I know they have a bad kill. Let's go to the next game. Oh, Mike Matheson, $2,500. He's just better than a $2,500 player, and should play 20 minutes. So there you go. There's one of your punts. Did we just lose the stream there for a second? Why are we dropping frames? All right, let me close out of some of this. Maybe that's not helping. Sorry, Yahoo. We'll open you back up in just a minute. Let me close this out. All right, are we back? We should be back. Let me close out a bunch of tabs. Give it a second to recalibrate. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. I saw it dropping frames on my end. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I'll get back to it. Okay, Caps, Devils, Ilya Samsonov, and yeah, Liquid Demons for sure. Yeah, I had a couple tabs open on the other monitor here. Samsonov, Mackenzie Blackwood, 3.5 applied total for the Caps, 2.6 for the Devils. Just a pretty bad Devils team we've got at this point. However, I think we can kind of figure out the matchups here. So that's nice, right? Always nice to know who's going to go up against who and use a little bit of math to our advantage. I think we're going to see Zajac, Coleman, and Gusev for the most part against Backstrom, Ovi, Wilson. Now, I don't think it's going to be like a spot where they're going to see double-digit minutes against them. Like, it's not going to be every shift, but I think that's going to be the line that sees the most time against Backstrom, Ovi, and Wilson. And honestly, not a great spot for me at 5-on-5 for either side. Devils do a decent job of slowing it down. Now, that most of that was with Hall, so maybe they're worse defensively too. But like Zajac, Coleman, and Gusev, I don't think they're going to be terrible defensively. I think Hischier, Bratt, and Palmieri could be pretty terrible defensively, and maybe even terrible offensively. But I think they're going to see the most time against Kuznetsov, Verana, and Oshie, and then the Eller, Hagelin, and Dick Panic line. So I like Devils 1 better than 2 tonight. I think it was the other way around the other night. And then they came in pretty popular. I think we were a little over-projected on them as far as popularity for Devils 1, but now maybe we're a little bit under-projected on them today. But we've got them pretty low owned. And I'm pretty much talking about Heischer and Palmieri. You could play Brad if you want, but it feels like there's a bunch of lines tonight where there's one guy on the line I don't want to play. You know, we talk about these lines, like don't want to. I mean, I don't love either Connolly or Vetrano. Achari, I know he had the hat trick. Sure, you don't really want to play Brian Boyle, but he's min salary. You don't really want to play Janmark if you're playing Dallas too. So there's guys like that all around. Maybe this night does lend itself more to 3-2-1, but I haven't decided what I'm doing just yet. But I really like the spot for Heischer and Palmieri, and it's mostly because if you look at Kuznetsov, Varana, and Oshie's numbers together, they are horrid defensively. It's kind of a short sample, but even going back to last year, really, really poor defensively. And so that's the line I want to attack. I think you can attack this Devils third line too. It's not the lowest total that you're going to see for the Devils all year. Cap's still taking penalties. And yeah, maybe 2-2-2. Maybe 2-2-2 is the play. Yeah, Caps do have a good penalty kill. But also, the Devils, I think, have the fourth most power play opportunities. So they've been decent at drawing penalties. That's skewed probably with Hall. So maybe that drops down a little bit. But I think there's going to be chances for Devils 1 here. And that's kind of what I like, / Devils power play. So there you have it. I mean, we've got Devils 1 pretty low owned. They're not super necessary tonight, but I'm going to get to a good amount of them. We've also got Devils 2 crazy low owned. Vatanen is my guy again, 4,500. If I'm playing these Devils, Vatanen's not going to be my highest owned defenseman, but he'll be in the 15% range or so, about 3x the field, based on where we have him for our ownership projections. As far as the the cap side, since I've started using our ownership projections since they've been out. By the way, we do have FanDuel now. If you guys want to check those out, we've got FanDuel posted to this site. Still in beta, but we're working on it, and the numbers are looking pretty good as far as how close we are at projecting ownership. So check out those FanDuel ownership projections. Use promo code HitTheIce for 50% off your first week of any Osmo Plus month or weekly membership. Weekly. Ovi, Backstrom, Wilson is the stack I have the most of for the Washington side. Like I mentioned, Nico and Palmieri and Brad, I don't think they're going to be great defensively. So I think you can play Washington too as well. But both lines getting quite a bit of steam for a game that I don't think is going to be played at a very high pace at 5-on-5. For using Osmo projections, is it better to use DraftKings or FanDuel if you're using Yahoo? Maybe FanDuel might be better, actually. FanDuel might be better. Oh, God. We're dropping frames here. Hopefully we hang on. Let me keep closing out some tabs. Let me close lineup study up here. NHL projections. And then, I got to leave that Twitter giveaway we've got going on. I think we're still here. Hopefully. Samsonov. Oh God, I keep leaving the stream and coming back. All right. Yeah, I see some red on my side. Now we're back to green. Yeah, we'll slow it down. Dude, I just restarted my computer like this morning. I don't know what's going on. All right. I will keep it slowed down. Worst case scenario. Dude, I'm closing all my tabs. I don't know what you want me to do. I only have like 3 open, but they're ones that I need. Man, tough crowd today. Okay. Vatanen is my guy on the Devils. On the Capital side, shocking, John Carlson one of my highest exposed defensemen tonight. Would like to pair him with one of the Washington top two lines, and that's the thing. Like, he goes well with both of them. You get at least two guys on the power play, or if you power play stack it and you're leaving off Carlson, like, yeah, have fun with that fade. The guy just assists on seemingly every goal. On as far as other guys, yeah, exactly. Salty old man. Stop telling me how to live my life. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. But we are dropping frames here, and I don't exactly know why. Usually we have 0 drop frames, so it must be something making my computer work harder than it should, or just a bad day, or YouTube's still trolling us. That's very possible. Okay, let's go to this next game before I lose you guys for good. Toronto, New York, Freddie Anderson and Alexander Georgiev in net. 3.5 implied total for the Leafs, 2.9 for the Rangers. We've got some pretty popular Leafs happening here, and I mean, I certainly understand why. I get why Washington and Toronto are two of the highest owned teams. This is one where, like the Florida game, I'm not certain about matchups, so it's kind of frustrating. Zibanejad, Kreider, and Jesper Fast, I think, gets whatever the top line is. I mean, if you're the Rangers, what do you consider top line? Is it Matthews? Is it the Tavares Marner line? I think it's probably the Tavares Marner line, but you might be sitting on your screen calling me an idiot for thinking that Austin Matthews is not the top line on any team he's with, right? So I get that too. Maybe there's not a hard match. Maybe it's just top 6 against top 6. It doesn't matter that much. Oh God, RIP indeed. Are we back? I think we're back. All right, I'm going to stay here for just a second and see if we can get this figured out. I'm back. All right. Let me make sure we're back for good, and then I'll keep going. This is probably gonna look ridiculous to anyone that's watching this not live. Okay, let me close my YouTube that I've got over here. Let me close the chat and see if that helps things out. I'm going to close basically everything except for ownership. So I can't see the YouTube chat now if we're back. Let me pull myself up on my phone so maybe I could see your chats. Why does YouTube have to do this to us? Okay. Wow, great show we're having. Okay, I think I could see myself. Well, more importantly, I can see you guys. So, yeah, we haven't gotten to the best play of the night yet. Yeah, JV 882221. I will certainly do that. Okay, well, we're gonna keep going. On this game, I like the Tavares, Marner, Hyman line the best, but it looks like that's what everyone likes the best, and so makes it a little bit difficult to, I don't think the Leafs are going to end up deciding my night unless I just hit with a nut Leafs 5-man, because it's a great spot for them against the Rangers. However, the Rangers, they do have some offense, that's for sure. So, oh God, I see myself leaving again. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let me see if I can pull this back up. Why is it dying and then coming right back? Yeah, we're dropping a lot of frames right now. Okay, well, that looks like that's probably going to be the end of it then. If anybody can see this, which I have no idea. Can you guys still hear me? I mean, if you can hear me, that's fine then. Then I'll keep going. But I'll just keep going. Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. Stroman, Panarin, Buchnevich, not my favorite line on the Rangers. I like the Zibanejad line a little bit better. Specifically, Zibanejad, Kreider, Foss, another one of those guys where you can leave off. Yeah, just leave him off. If you're not doing 3-3s, if you are, I get it. He's probably going to be underowned compared to the other guys, and maybe he donks a goal or a couple assists. But it's both of the top lines that you're seeing, the Zibanejad and the Tavares line for me. But these aren't my favorite plays on the slate. There's one clear play for me that is basically going to overtake all of my exposure. Not all, but a good majority. You can hear and see. Oh, all right, there we go. Maybe we're back. Tony D, if you're going to top line, is probably really the guy. And then I like Trouba more as your one-off guy. Defenseman against the Leafs. There's your narrative. On the other side, Tyson Barrie, Morgan Riley, both fine options, but hard not to give the edge to Tyson Barrie because of the top power play designation. It's just like the Leafs power play is stacked, right? So no real reason, unless you're just doing it to be contrarian, to go to Riley over Tyson Barrie, which maybe there's an ownership at which it becomes a profitable play to play Riley over him, but I'm not making that play all that often. And then Muzzin is another guy I'm playing at 3,600. All right, last game of the night, quick, and then I will leave hopefully before the stream dies. Pittsburgh, Edmonton, 2.8 implied total for the Penguins, 3.2 for the Oilers. Is this true, or are the Oilers the maybe I typed this total in wrong? That is very possible. Yeah, Pitt is the favorite here. So let me fix these totals, and I'll update projections. Spell Samsonov's name correct. Tristan Yari and Mike Smith are your goalies here, and Pitt 1's my favorite play on the slate by a ton. They're just the best play, I think. They don't correlate perfectly according to some of the lineup sites, but Russ has played on